Well, I figured I'd get on here and talk a little bit. Talk about the YouTube, the tube. Anyway, figured I'd get on here. You know, I watch some of these show things. When I get time, and a lot of it's just repeat after repeat after repeat. You go to channel, and the only thing that really makes a channel is the person. Their personality, whether they're likable, kind of humorous, lighthearted, whatever. It's kind of like that. See, my old timers. I call old timers kicking in. Puddin', that guy. Man, you just look at him and you laugh because he's just comical. Smart guy and everything, but not much of a carpenter. But smart guy. He's funny. He's entertaining. You know, and it's like Eric O with another smart guy. you know, how many brake jobs can you watch? He knows what he's doing. I mean, you wanna learn how to do a brake job correctly, you just watch that guy. You don't have to go anywhere else. You know, but you see, that's what I'm saying. Their channels, they've done it so long that it's like repeat, repeat, repeat. You know, so kind of like you don't see him much on there anymore. And now and then he pops up. Eric the car guy. Years ago, I used to watch him. Another not really knowledgeable guy, knows what he's doing. But how many times can you just repeat something and beat it to like a dead horse, beat it to glue. I mean, it gets boring after a while. But then you got people that are funny, but their funny silliness after a while, it's like it's still entertaining, but after a while it gets kind of stale because you've seen it and heard it so many times. It's like you do it for any length of time, years and that, and it's like how many times can you say sparkulators and this, that, and the other thing? I can't remember half of it. They kind of just tune it out. Nice guy, smart guy, you know, and I'm sure he's a hell of a nice guy. I think all of them are. But I remember watching Red Green, years ago. Red Green, entertaining. Another guy that's very witty and stuff. But the guy I liked best was his nephew or whatever his name was. I can't even remember. It was Carl or something. I don't even. I could be totally wrong. The guy with the glasses. And it was funny because he'd come walk. He didn't walk, and he kind of like tippy toed in, kind of funny, and stop it. He just laugh and shit. It was just looking at it just made you laugh. He was more entertaining to me than everybody on the whole thing. It's kind of like Martin and Lewis and Abbott Costello and that. They got they bounce off each other, and you got chemistry there, and it's funny. And you don't get tired of kind of watching that kind of stuff. But when it comes to this YouTube stuff, it gets pretty boring. It's like anything. It's like a lot of these farming videos. Come on. Really. You know, if I if you followed me, if I took a camera with me and ran around all day long, hell, I could make 4 or 5 videos a day. And you know how boring that would get real fast. And your channel, I don't know, I mean, it's not one of those things where you just, some of these guys just turn out videos just to turn out a video. They don't care what it is. I got to get a video out. It's like, no, because it's a business for you. I know what you're doing. It's your business, and they want to sell their merch and all this and that stuff. And It's like how many overpriced shirts and hats and stickers you're going to buy. When you was a little kid, hell, they gave you stickers. Say, here's a sticker, here's a sticker. They just gave them away to you. Now, you want one, you got to buy it. You know, and then not only that, but shipping prices and stuff too. It's like, there's stuff, I have ordered that I've needed. And I look at the price of that, I look at the price of the shipping, it's like, God, the price of the shipping costs more than what the part does sometimes. And I'm like, man, that's crazy. I just keep looking around until I find somebody that's cheaper or somebody that's got free shipping. Because I'm not paying that. If I have to, I'll make the damn part. But it's just interesting. Like I was trying to point out that, a lot of these channels get very stagnant after a while. And they have a hard time coming up with content. So it gets pretty boring. It's like television shows. A television show that's run for, I don't know, decade, 8, 10 years. I'm sure after the first couple of years, it starts getting hard to have, good content and keep people's attention and want them to tune in. And this is no different. A lot of these guys, they're at their wits' end with content. Oh, they got to make a second channel because, you got to make more revenue. So you start a second channel so you make more revenue. You already have an audience. All they got to do is just go to your second channel and click. And then people buy membership so they can, I don't know, see things that you don't normally see or see a video earlier or something like that. And it's like, really? People do that? They waste their money on that garbage? To me, it's a lot of the stuff's just insanity. If you like somebody's stuff, you like it and you click like. If you want to subscribe to them, you'll subscribe to them. But the first thing they always say is, "Oh, you got to click like and subscribe. You got to get that algorithm and blah 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 out there and stuff." It's like, yeah, I understand what you're saying, but maybe somebody doesn't like your content. Maybe someone doesn't like you. There's a lot of that. And you can only be so funny and mispronounce things and make words up so often. And then they all start saying the same stupid thing. What the hell is this one thing? Easy peasy. You hear them say that crap. It's like, I don't know, little kid, little girl. I don't know. That's the type of stuff they say. Grown men, adults. Come on. You can do better than that. I mean, if kids weren't watching, it'd get pretty colorful with me, anyways. I try not to say bad words and things like that because I know children watch this and they're influential. They get about 8, 9 years old and they kind of start doing their own thing. But before that, they're very influential on what they see and hear and what goes in. And you have to be very careful. So you try to be not a heathen, but, a decent person, not be swearing like a sailor on here. But that's really all I got on here to say is, a lot of these content or creators, whatever you want to call these people, it's the same thing over and over. How many revivals do you want to watch? Oh, people like that stuff. But, it's like, it's the same thing. Oh, this might change a little or that might change a little, but it's the same thing over and over. Hell, I got stuff sitting around that probably hasn't run in 30, 40, 50 years. Most of the time, hell, I can go out there and throw a battery in the damn thing, pump the shit out of it, and it'll fire off. I got tractors like that. Hell, you go out there and throw a battery in the damn thing, turn the fuel on, especially a diesel, hell, they fire right off. You might have to rebuild the carburetor on a gas engine if you didn't shut the fuel off and let it run out of fuel. Hell, I've had fuel that was so old that it didn't even smell like gas. It didn't even look like gas, but it still burned. It still started. And then you listen to all these people, oh, it'll gum up a valve, it'll do this, it'll do that. Well, I haven't had that happen yet. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm not saying it can't happen. I just haven't had it happen yet. You know. And same thing with the locked up motor. Most of the motors I deal with, and they've been sitting for any period of time, man, they usually crank over. I'm not saying they don't lock up because they do, and they can happen. But there again, depends on a lot of different circumstances. Anyhow, I just figured I'd get out here and rant a little bit about this because I'm sure a lot of people think the same thing I do. Some people, you know, it's entertainment, and it should be. You should enjoy yourself and have fun. See, my cigar went out, so you know what that means. I'm done talking. Y'all have a good one.